Check it out. Check. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? All 25 of you guys out there just ready to interview me with all these amazing game show questions. I'm ready to go. How about you?
We're ready. We're ready. Hey, it's been a pretty amazing year for you in the cage so far. I mean, what's the feel like right now? Is things, couple of wins, couple bonuses?
Man, I'm golden, dude. I'm on top of the world, feeling great, happy, satisfied. I mean, my life has changed. 31 months, you guys didn't hear nothing from me. There's nothing happened. I suffered that severe injury. It took a long time to get back, and it was a very struggling, unsatisfying process, very painful, but it's all changing, and it's because of the team around me, it's because of my family around me, and it's because of my will to want to succeed.
So at this point, when you get to a fight week and you're trying to figure out your financial budgeting and all that, do you just count the bonus as like that's definitely coming home with me this weekend?
No, I don't ever count the bonuses. What I do is just count for the win. And that's the thing is I'm here not to get a bonus. I don't care. It's fun. That's awesome. It's amazing. But I'm here to get the victory. I didn't even know, like, I kid you not, I didn't even know how much I was getting for this fight. I wasn't looking at the numbers because it's not about the number to me. It's about the actual fight itself. I love this. This is passionable to me. The money is just extra. It's just satisfying to get the victory and get that payment. But to exchange an X amount of dollars for the chance of winning it doesn't relate.
What do you think about your last two performances? I mean, obviously impressive wins, but I'm sure you'd like to dominate more, not be tested, maybe not be quite as exciting or whatever. So how do you personally feel about the last two fights?
Man, you know what? You saw a lot from me. You saw the skill set. You saw the heart. You saw the durability. You saw the will. You saw the want. I mean, they're the best fights you can watch. Those are the best fights you can learn from. And you can see me growing inside the octagon in just a short period of time.
So do you want to be known as a guy that, can be this warrior that can be tested and battle through it, or do you want to be known as a guy that goes in there and, throws one punch and knocks people out?
Man, I want to be known as Julian Marquez, the guy that you want to get in front of the TV to watch, to know that you don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get this spectacular, just crazy high-level performance, or this just crazy knockout, or this just amazing competitive fight. It's me. You're going to, no matter what, I don't expect anything. I don't want to be known for anything. Just know that guy's not going to give up.
That's awesome. And is being known as that fighter the most important thing? Because I know you got a lot of interests outside of the cage, too, that are flourishing as well. So, but is that part the part that's most important right now, or is it the whole package?
Man, what you see is what you get. Like, I'm not focusing on building anything like a name for myself in the sense of being that fighter. I'm more so of just looking to get wins, looking to have fun, and looking to enjoy my time, because I've seen it get taken away from me, and it was unenjoyable. And right now, like I said, I love this. This is fun to me. This is exciting to me. This is something that I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people say about me. I don't care how people judge me. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about going in there, getting a win, having fun on the mic, having fun in these interviews, and just producing just amazing content.
All right, talk about Jordan Wright, man. This guy has had some exciting results so far in his UFC career thus far. What did you think when this was the matchup? So
I think it's amazing. I think it's a great stylistic matchup for me. Benefits me in the best sides just because, I'm just a different style of fighter than Jordan has seen before. He's a very respected, martial artist, and he comes from a great lineage. But the difference between him and I is that I have a coach on my side that is forever evolving with the game and is still a part of the game and is studying the game in and out. He's battle tested, and he tested all the techniques and all the process that we're doing in the game, as we speak. Let's talk about last week, almost another 24-hour fight notice or short notice fight, and he's about to take it. Like, that's an actual leader that's going out there and showing you this is how we're going to do it. So having that on my side, having that and knowing like who I am, it's a perfect matchup for me.
Nice. Was there anything, obviously Jordan's kind of got kind of a unique style. Was there anything that you had to do differently or approach differently, or is it, kind of just approach the same as you would anybody else?
Man, I approach every fight the same way, as to evolve myself in one form or another. And I'm not sitting there looking at it like, oh, man, this guy has this or this guy does that. Because the thing is, if I worry about him, I'm going to forget about me. But I worry so much about me and build me and help myself grow to the point where he's thinking that, oh, I'm going to get him with this one move, where I'm thinking I have all these different moves that I can get him with. And as you see in my other fights, everyone's like, oh, he's going to knock him out. Your boy hit an anaconda choke that was sick as hell. Your boy hit a modified rear naked choke that you guys haven't seen. And it's just because I'm able to go every location, everywhere in the fight, I can make it happen anywhere. That's because we're growing me as a fighter.
Last thing for me, the goal here is the win. Like you said, that's the primary focus. Do you think about where it propels you to? Like what you deserve, so to speak, next, or what makes sense for you next?
No, not at all. I don't look past them. Right now I have this day in front of me and this person in front of me, and that's all I care about. Like, obviously we have long goals, but for me to sit there and be like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, that's called greed, man. Pigs get slaughtered, hogs get fed, and right now I'm just being a hog for this one person.
Well, Simon, I know you just said you don't like to think ahead, but since you've come back from your injury, I feel like you've become a lovable guy. People are starting to see you more and more, but yet we haven't seen you fight in front of fans since you've come back. We've only seen you in the Apex. Is that something you'd like for your next fight, to get out there in front of a roaring crowd?
Oh, man, you put me out in front of a crowd, everybody would fill the seats, everybody would scream as loud as possible. I've controlled the crowds many of times, and if you could see one of my fights live, it would just be its weight in gold. So if they give me that, let's go. If not, I've been fighting without a crowd for quite a while now. And I got my contract without a crowd, so it's not going to change. It doesn't matter if there's people there or if there's no people. The result's always going to be the same. I'm still going to show up. And to be honest, I don't really even hear the crowd until after I win. And then I'm like, oh, shit. That's all.
Thank you.
Totally outside of fighting, because I always find humor in all the things that you say. What are you watching? I saw that you mentioned Squid Games. What else are you watching on Netflix or whatever? What's your jam when you're not fighting?
Man, I binge watched Squid Games when it came out, like right as everyone started hopping aboard. My brother and James Krause both told me to watch this. Wild. I'm about to start Midnight Mass. I heard it's something close to like Blair Manor. Way better. I thought Blair Manor was terrible. And then it's not as scary, but intriguing, just like Haunting a Hill House, which I like those style of series. And I'm not a series guy. I always watch movies, things like that. So that's what I have right now. I'm also on Apple TV. I'm doing The Morning Show, which is just a newer style show. I'm going to start that. My uncle's telling me up and down, like, this is what you need to watch. Says it's great. So, man, I just start watching whatever people suggest, and if it's good, and I'll give you the first episode, and if the first episode isn't worth it to me, then I'm out.
Well, speaking of the Squid Games, you had asked Twitter, and I was interested in what sort of feedback you got. You asked what childhood era game would you that people thought that would make something interesting like the Squid Games. What were some of the fun answers that maybe you hadn't? Do you have a game that you think would make an interesting game?
We were sitting there and we were having the discussion, and there's some funny answers like Ring Around the Rosie. Like, how do you change that into like a survival game? Or like Red Rover, like, or how shitty would it be you like die playing kick the can? Like come on. So we were sitting there just coming up with all these just random stuff, and people were saying games that I've never heard of, and I can't even come off the top of my head with what they were saying, but it's kind of funny because every era presented a different, style of game. Sure. Or every, country has its own game. So we were just, kind of was just a good, like, night little talk, couple hours of just bull crapping, and the internet got involved in. But, like, think about it. Like, how would you make freeze tag, like, an actual, like, survivalist game? Like, are you going to shoot them with, like, a freeze gun? Or are you going to throw them in, like, oh, you got touched, and you're going to throw you into ice pit, Like, it would be wild.
And then lastly, what are you jamming to on the iTunes or the iPod? What are you listening to music-wise these days?
Damn, dude, do we have iPods still, bro? Like, my boy got the Nano out. I see it. Okay. That's awesome. Man, again, I always listen to my girl Miley. I listen to her stuff. Dude, I've been listening to a lot of J. Cole recently, Taylor Swift as well. man, it's kind of just all over the place. There's a rapper on the up and up. His name's Big Walk Dog. Probably like an up and comer, another little Gucci Man style, and I just kind of like evolve with the music. Some days I like this, some days I like that, and I just enjoy it.
What do you listen to when you're working out? Do you go heavy, or do you go lighthearted with the girls when you're trying to?
Oh, dude, I listen to like Tones and I, Dance Monkey. I listen to Miley Cyrus. I'll listen to Taylor Swift. Something that just keeps the beat going, and sometimes I'll go like super hardcore. Like I'll go Turnstile, hardcore punk, Spine Crew, Weekend Nachos, just something just super grimy, heavy, but it all depends on how I want my heart rate to elevate and how hard I want to go at it.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
All right, y'all.